भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। राम 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 Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 Ram 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 Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 Ram 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 Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Rama 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 Ram 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 Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Jaya Guru Raya Yogi Ram Surat Rama Yogi Ram Surat Kumar, Yogi Ram भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। It is a great fortune that we have all been able to gather here in the powerful presence of Bhagavan and to sing his powerful mantra. It's no small grace and everybody knows it. And in celebration of this grace, with deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Today, the 27th December, is a very great holy day. Momentous events had happened in the history of the spiritual culture of India. Way back in 1892, Swami Vivekananda, after his wandering all over India, arrived at the holy feet of the Divine Mother, Kanyakumari. Sitting there in that Bhagavati Amman temple, he was very agitated, agonized, thinking about the condition of the downtrodden masses all over India. He did not know the solution, how to uplift these masses, how to get back the lost identity of India. People had been slaves, and what is more, they had accepted this mentality of slave. He felt that he should find a solution. And then he saw. What did he see? Some 500 meters away, there was a mid-sea rock. He swam across and reached the rock, stood there, looking over the whole of India, starting from the southern tip, the southernmost tip, Kanyakumari, up to the Himalayas. And then again the agony returned to the condition of the masses. He just sat there, contemplated and contemplated. What could he do? At that time, even Brahmananda did not matter to him. He wanted some solution, some upliftment to the masses of India. So 25th December, 26th and 27th, 3 days, he fell into meditation, a deep contemplative meditation. And then he had a vision of one India. He had now come to a resolution. He came here searching for a solution, and he landed with a resolution. And what was that? He wrote to his Guru Bhai a letter saying that we, the sannyasins, have been going around teaching metaphysics. We should remember what Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said. He said, to an empty stomach, religion does not mean anything. So what is our immediate job? He said, we sannyasins have to adopt service to the masses. We have to go from village to village, because these downtrodden masses, out of ignorance, are beginning to behave like brutes. We have to teach them, give them education, go from village to village, the sannyasins. We have to find ways and means to reach out to these people and bring them back to their lost identity. So this was the resolution. And then how to get money? He said we could use all the gadgets to reach out to these people, but then we need money. That is when he decided he would go to America, and by his speeches he would earn enough money, because during his travel all over India he found only the lip sympathy. Nobody was prepared to give money for such causes. So you see, it was this day that decided the twin ideals of renunciation and service to people of the Ramakrishna Math Sannyasins. This paved the way for their spiritual sadhana. A very important day for not only for Vivekananda, for the whole country, for all the sadhaks yet to come. Vivekananda's mission and inspiration continues. When Yogi Ram Sarat Kumar was born, we know that he was born in Nadra Gaon. And as he was teaching, as he took up teaching in a school, one day he was returning from Kapadia Baba's mutt. Suddenly he heard a divine voice which said, "This is Vivekananda calling you. What you are now doing is not your work." He was touched deeply by this voice, but then he looked around, there was nobody. And then he thought maybe he was imagining it, he walked ahead. But then another day, very soon, he heard the same voice. This is Vivekananda calling you. What you are now doing is not your work. Now this time, he knew it was truly Vivekananda calling. And that is when he decided to take long leave from school and go in search of his Guru, so that he would know what his mission is. So what do we see now? Even now, Vivekananda continues to inspire the youth of India with his great mission, renunciation. It's only when you renounce the worldly possessions, you will have no selfishness in service. And when you serve the poor people, people who are in need, you are serving Maheshwara, you are serving God. Now this ideal continues to inspire people, and it will continue to inspire generation after generation after generation. For how many years to come? We do not know. This was the day, 27th of December. Another momentous event took place. Sri Ram Das was living in Mangalore. He had taken initiation of Ram Naam, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, from his own father, who inspired him. And the father saw madness beginning to take over Sri Ram Das' life. Now Sri Ram Das, after the initiation, he became very restless. He could no more live the life that he had always been living. He was reading books like The Light of Asia, Bhagavad Gita, the New Testament. And he felt that he had to renounce and take up a new life. And Ram Naam was constantly dancing on his tongue. He just took 2 pieces of cloth, dyed in ochre color, and then the books that he carried, and 25 rupees, leaving a letter for his wife, stating that he was starting a new life of sannyas. He took a train, reached Erode, and when he landed there, he slept. He lay down at the railway station itself, and he woke up. He had no idea at all where he was going. He decided to leave it to the will of Rama. He had only 2 things: Ram Naam and Ram's will. Nothing else seemed to matter. But then a Tamilian approached him and asked him where he was going. Sri Ram Das did not know what to say. He had no idea at all. And then the Tamilian said, "I'm going up to Trichy. If you want, you can come with me." Then Papa Ram Das took it as Ram's will, and he went over to Trichy. Then he slept that night near the railway station, some mandap, some place. And the next day, early morning, he started to walk towards Srirangam. And he saw the river Kaveri in all her glorious beauty. He became ecstatic. He went straight into the water and left the 2 white cloths that he was wearing, had a dip, came out and put on the sannyas clothes. Now Srirangam has a history of his own. There is Sriranganatha temple, and the Murti there, the Murti of Sriranganatha, was the Murti worshipped by none other than Sri Rama himself. And this Murti, they say, came straight from the milky ocean of Mahavishnu. It was first worshipped by Brahma, and then Surya Bhagwan worshipped it, and then handed it over to Surya Vamsa. Ikshvaku began to worship it. And then the dynasty, it came down from one king to the other, and finally it was Sri Rama who worshipped it. And after killing Ravana, when he returned, Vibhishana wanted it to take to Sri Lanka, and Rama gave him that. But as the story goes, when Vibhishana saw this Srirangam and the river Kaveri, he wanted a dip too, and then he left the Murti on the banks. When he came back after his bath, he was unable to move it even an inch. Sri Ranganatha decided to stay put there. He did not want to go with Vibhishana. But then he assured Vibhishana, I would be lying down like this in my bed of Adishesha, but looking towards the south, your country, Lanka. So, the deity of the place, Srirangam, is the deity worshipped by Sri Rama himself, and Rama Bhakta, Ramdas, landed there and took up sannyas. And then his twin ideals, after he completed his wandering days in search of God and in the vision of God, you have all the details there. This happened in 1922. Vivekananda's vision of India happened in 1892, but this vision happened in 1922, December 27th, and Papa Ramdas, he founded Anandashram in Kerala, and love and service became the twin ideals of the place. Whether it is renunciation or love, it has to be connected with God some way or the other. Without the foundation of God consciousness, it's very difficult to serve people, because we develop ego over service. Unless you do service without any expectation, and that in the spirit of surrender to God. So today is that holy day when we have to recall all those momentous events and how they led to the twin ideals, love or renunciation. Both mean the same thing, and service to people. Selfless service without any expectations, and that in the spirit of surrender to God. And as it happens, 27th December was the day that changed my life too, in entirety. It was the day I came to have darshan of Bhagwan. I tried, same Christmas holidays, 25th, 26th, 27th, 25th twice, 26th twice, and 27th again morning. 5 times I ran, because people said in Ramanashram there was a living master. I had no idea, but then something pushed me ahead. And I came running every time, only to see a locked door and be told that he had just left for the temple. And then we would rush there, only to be told that he had just left the temple. So this Leela was going on. On the 25th, twice, on 26th again twice, on 27th morning also, and we had only one more evening, and the next day I had invigilation. I had to be in the college. There was no choice at all. And whatever offering that we took, we ended up eating it or drinking it ourselves. The two friends who came with me were tired. They decided Bhagavan did not want to see us. But I could not settle down like that. I had to see him. Something pushed me from inside. And I ran again all the way. And this time the door was open, because if I had missed that time, I might not have met him at all. But there was a crowd, and Bhagavan was inside, and I joined. I was the last one to join the crowd. I was at once curious and felt a tremendous force taking over. And suddenly the wooden door opened and someone was coming. I didn't even see the physical details, but my whole being, my body began to tremble. A tremendous force took over, and tears were streaming down for no reason at all. I was not even aware I was crying. A tremendous force, an intense force field was there, and through the tears I saw some figure draping itself at the threshold. And soon he was dismissing everybody with Ram Ram, my father blesses you, or with a pat on their back. Soon everybody cleared out, and we were the only three left. My friend was nudging and saying, look, our turn has come, he would dismiss us any moment. But then I was in no mood to hear anything. I was gaping at the figure, that huge presence. I wouldn't say figure, I didn't notice the details, but it was a huge presence. I just gaped at him with tears running down. And then he looked at me and said, come in. He gestured to me. And I had taken some 4 apples, and my hands were trembling so much. As soon as we went to the veranda inside, I was just standing there with trembling hands, and he gave me a shout. And in fear I dropped, and all the apples rolled down in different directions. I became very clumsy. He said, pick them up. So with again trembling hands, I picked them up, and then he opened the door, the wooden door, and took us inside. Now that changed my life completely. Here I am talking about him. That day I fell at his feet, and I am yet to get up. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. We can only pray, we can only beg, and let's beg a million times. That day Swami Vivekananda felt for the ignorant masses who lost their glorious identity, reduced down to this utter helplessness and weakness. And we shall now pray for the world. These prayers have come to me from Bhagavan himself, and more people join, the better. There are people who say that I'm just repeating these prayers and they are boring. Please do not think so. This prayer matters so much. Even if you cannot join this prayer, give the respect that is due to these prayers. Bhagavan, We beg you again and again, 1,000,000 times, for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to the world in all aspects of life. What do we see today, which is frightening? There is so much violence everywhere and growing enmity between people and people, and country, with the war already going on with all its atrocities, not to mention the sudden attacks of vicious diseases, the killer diseases, and again the furies of nature. Bhagwan, how many times you had said, I am the cosmic controller. I run the whole cosmos. We beg you to bring forth peace, harmony, order, and growing friendship and brotherhood and mutual help and understanding. And above all, a good control over these diseases and the violence of nature. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind that are responsible for today's world. We beg you again to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other. They may speak different languages, they may belong to different countries, and they might have embraced any religion, but they are helpless. They are not able to get help or protection, and they are crying out. We beg you to reach out to them and do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been slogging for the sake of the others from unhealthy criticisms, unhealthy attacks and aspersion. We beg you again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity like science, technology, arts, culture, and above all spirituality, that India reaches its natural and glorious status, the status of world teacher, to conduct the whole world in the path of Dharma. We also pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless chanting of your name and unbroken remembrance of your teachings and leelas, so that we could digest them, assimilate, and convert it into Atma Shakti. We beg you again to bless us all to become sattvic instruments in your hands and to run our everyday life as an offering to you. Bhagwan, please bless us not to be caught by the snares of Maya, not to be caught by the temptations of Maya. Once you fall into the pit of Maya, we have no idea how many years it would take or how many janmas. We also seek your state of liberation, that ultimate state of bliss and peace, but then we need to be purified. Our mind is filled with fear today, anger, jealousy, passion, and growing desires for worldly possessions. All these are dirt of the mind. And to cleanse it, we need your powerful Nama. You have said not a single Nama goes waste, that every Nama does its work of transformation. We beg you to bless us with joyful, ceaseless chanting of your name. We also take refuge in joyful service, just as Swami Vivekananda declared, just as Papa Ramdas implemented in his mission of world upliftment. We take refuge in joyful service, be it a small work or big one, Whether you are at home or in a forest or in an ashram or in a temple, wherever you are, whatever work falls into your hand, we should understand that it is Father's work, the Divine Father's work, as Bhagavan used to refer to it. And we should do it with joy, and that in the spirit of service to God, without any expectation. Then what happens? The whole thing would become Atma Shakti, very powerful, divine power. And Bhagavan, above all this, please bless us to practice acceptance. Acceptance of what? Whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow, coming from you, it can only be a powerful blessing, meant for our greater good, meant for our closer kinship with you, meant for our spiritual progress, spiritual growth. Because the ideal of this, why should God give us this body, this beautiful, sophisticated body? And why should He put life in it? And He has given a certain life pertaining to this body. Now that is not to enjoy the joys of the world. It is to remember God. And Bhagavan has said, remembering the name is remembering God, and remembering God is living in God. That is our ideal. That is the purpose of life. Wherever you are, in Alaska or Argentina or Australia or Japan, this is the ideal. This is the purpose and meaning of life. So Bhagavan, we will take every adversity that life brings to us as a great blessing meant for our spiritual growth, and be grateful to you. As our mind gets more and more purified, we will be able to see the living, vibrant, pulsating presence of you everywhere and in everything. Please bless us to be able to see your sankalpa, your will behind all the happenings of life. And Bhagavan, we beg you again to bless us to be able to see that hidden grace of yours, even in the most devastating experience of life. When our past karma begins to play up, everything seems to go wrong. Every word, every action misfires. We collapse, and then we try to move away from God because we resent Him, and we begin to blame others for our own failures, little realizing that we have invited these adversities by our past karmas. But then you have promised, for those who chant this beggar's name and do their service, my Father would convert all the difficulties into great blessings. Please bless us to be grateful to you, even for the adversities of life. We seek your blessings for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of being they are, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we who have been trying hard to find only solutions to our endless problems of life, now seek dissolution, redemption from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, dissolution of the ego self, the falsity of the identity, I and mine. I am the body. I am the body is the ego. It is the utter selfishness, and this I and mine rule all our lives all the time. So to be free from the cycle of births and deaths is to be free from this identity with the body. And Bhagavan, please bless us with that immortal life, with that eternal living, an eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogi Ram. Come on.